Hi kids, in today's video we are going to start with chapter number 7, which is about force and machines. In this chapter we'll learn about force, effects of force, speed, and about simple machines. So let's start. What is force? Pushing and pulling is a part of our daily life. A hawker pushes his cart to move it from place to place, such as displayed in figure 7.1. He is a hawker pushing his cart. A horse pulls a tonga to move the people, as shown in figure 7.2. Similarly, a bicycle moves when you push its pedals. Sometimes a push or pull is also applied to stop the moving objects. A wicketkeeper, when catches the ball, he stops it with his hands, as shown in figure 7.3. There are many other tasks which you do by applying push or pull or both in your daily life. In science, both push and pull are the same things and have one meaning, that is force. So kids, here we come to know that force is a very important part of our life, because we either push or pull any of the object either to move it ahead or to stop it. Okay, here we have an activity. The object shown on the right hand side either push or pull to move. Separate these objects. We have to separate the objects that are pushing or pulling. As you can see, this man is pushing the stroller. This girl is pushing the ball, pulling the string. Pull, pull, and then push. Let's have a look at the effects of force. First is force and change in motion. Motion is important to our lives and it affects so many things that we do. Motion is a change in position of an object. We have already seen that the force can produce motion in a body. Force can also stop a moving body. Another effect of force is that it can change the motion of a body by moving it faster or slower. Let's demonstrate it by an example. Suppose your friend is riding his bicycle. If you gently pull the moving bicycle from behind, it slows down. Again, if you give it a push, it moves faster. This means that if a force is applied in an opposite direction of motion of a body, the body will slow down or stop. But if force is applied in the direction of motion, the body will move faster. So the opposite direction, if you are pulling it in the opposite direction, the body will or the object will be slowed down. Whereas if you push down in the same direction, it will move faster. So this is motion and how it or the force, that how it affects on a person. So we can see that the first effect of force is that it brings change in the motion. If you apply the force in the same direction, it makes the object move faster, whereas if you apply the force in the opposite direction, it makes the object slow down. Distance and speed. Mr. Salim and Mr. Kareem started their journey from Lahore to Islamabad, that is 400 kilometers to some extent. Mr. Salim boards a train from Lahore. He travels for 4 hours and reaches Islamabad. On the other hand, Mr. Kareem boards a bus, but the bus reaches only Jhelum in 4 hours. Which covers more distance in the same time, the train or the bus? Which is moving faster? So, for your information kids, the speed of an object can be measured at any time during its motion by using this relation. Distance covered by the object is divided by time taken to cover this distance. From the above example, we can know more about motion by relating the distance covered by the object with the time taken to cover the distance. Can you define a new term that is called speed of the moving object? Let's look at it. We can say the speed of an object can be measured in any time during motion by the relation of that object. We have simple machines. Machines are a thing or is a thing that helps us to do something faster or easier. Simple machines are the lever, the pulley, the inclined plane, and the wheel and axle. We shall learn about them one by one. As you can see in this figure 7.8, lever lifting a block. So lever, we can say, is a simple machine which is usually a long rod. Lever is mostly used for lifting heavy loads by applying a small force. As has been demonstrated in figure 7.8. The rod is pivoted at a point that is called fulcrum. One end of rod is placed under the load to be lifted, while a downward force is applied on the other end to lift the load. As we have just illustrated the example before about a force, that if you apply the force in the opposite direction, it slows down, but if you apply the force in the same direction, it moves faster. When it comes to simpler machines, when you apply the force in the opposite direction, it lifts the weight, whereas if you apply the force in the same direction, it doesn't do anything. Levers are all around us. Some examples of lever are scissors, nutcracker, wheelbarrow, and human arm. Next is pulley. Pulley is another simple machine which is used for changing the direction of force and moving the things up or down. A pulley is used for drawing water out. A pulley is used for drawing water out of a well. It is also used in cranes for lifting heavy loads. So this is another simple machine, as you can see in these two examples illustrated in figure 7.10. These are also simpler machines to lift the things, either the heavy loads up or to move the objects up or down. Next is inclined plane. It is also a simple machine. The inclined plane is simply a ramp with the help of which we can move things from lower to higher places or higher to lower places easily. As you can see, these are the ramps. Usually ramps are used to load the heavy objects on the trucks, as has been shown in figure 7.1. They are also used in hospitals to carry patients to upper stories conveniently and comfortably without using stairs, just like this. Wheel and axle. Wheel is a major invention in the history of mankind. Wheel does not work without axle. Axle is a rod passing through the center of the wheel. It allows the wheel to turn around it and is combined with the axle, which forms a simple machine. Wheel and axle, which changes sliding motion into rolling motion. They have many uses in our daily life. A few are shown in the figure 7.13. So let's look at the key points. The effort made to push or pull an object is the force. Position of an object can be changed by applying force on it. Greater the force, greater will be the distance covered by an object. Force can change the shape of an object permanently or temporarily. Speed of an object is determined by dividing the distance covered by the time taken. A thing that helps us to do something faster or easier is called simple machine. A pair of scissors is a simple machine used to cut cloth, paper, and other things. A pulley is also a simple machine used to lift or lower heavy objects. A wheelbarrow is a type of trolley used to transport material from one place to another. Let's move to the simpler exercise. We have to encircle the correct options here. These are very easy and we have just covered it. So you have to do it on your own for your own understanding. What you can do is you can read the chapter and find out their answers. So in today's unit, chapter number 7, we discussed about force, its effects, the changes it brings to our body or motion, and we also discussed about simple machines. I hope you understood and enjoyed today's video. I'll be back with some more. Till then, take care of yourselves. Bye.